any consumables that impact Zug production. So Zug production is kind of, let's call it set in stone. There will be utilities that will make you more efficient raiding and exploring and all these other things, but there will not be a direct potion or something that, you know, upgrades your Zug speed. There's a bunch of different reasons for that, but generally we're going to shy away from doing anything to go touch your Zug modifier. So that'll be left alone. Okay, so that's answer to question one.
Anyone from the audience want to jump up? Here, we got someone with their hand raised. We're gonna let Peerless jump in. Hey, Peerless, can you hear me? Give him a second here. But yeah, if anyone else has a question, feel free to raise your hand, or we'll just go back to doing the questions out of the text channel.
All right, Peerless, all right, we'll give you some time, and I'll read another question. All right. So this is from Zugtrani Prime. If there are activities / raiding occurring in L2, do we need to transfer Zug to L2 to commit to raids?
Yeah, so you're not going to have to do any transfers or anything on this first iteration. So V1 of raids, what you guys are seeing now from the announcement today, those aren't the team-based raids, and those aren't really like the more active raids. But the first iteration of the team-based raids, we're not going to be doing anything too complex. We're kind of still, you know, we want to get our feet wet with Polygon and using layer 2 and just all the complexities that go into it. So initially, no. In the future, it's possible, but we don't have plans for that at the moment.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we can.
Yes.
How's it going, Peerless?
How's it going, man? I'm doing pretty well. Not too bad.
Good.
I had somewhat of a long-winded question.
Good.
I think a lot of people have this question or a similar question too. At the end of the day, I feel like a lot of people are like thinking in the back of their minds, it's like, hey, like, what are you guys going to do to attract like new players to the project? Because I mean, obviously, that's what's going to make the project strive, right? Is to like a larger player base, the consistently growing player base. And I guess one thing that comes to my mind, you know, you look at like projects that are super successful, like Axes, and like what they do, right? And I feel like I think one of the big aspects that they do is their scholarship program, where like anyone can essentially play the game without having to invest several $1,000s by essentially quote unquote borrowing an Axie from someone else. Do you guys have some vision or something like that for this project to have a larger player base that's not kind of behind a massive paywall?
Yeah, I think that's an awesome question, and probably like Evolve our focus is like #1 focus. Wrangler, I was gonna pass that one to you because I think you've got a good perspective on it because we're thinking about it constantly.
Yeah, I mean, that's something that, and I totally agree with you. If we want to grow and if we want to thrive, that's something that needs to happen. We've actually, as we've kind of grown and, you know, developed raids and designed raids, Axie's one of the projects we've looked to as kind of the trendsetter, and they've done what they've done with their smooth love potion and their scholarships has, you know, it's, you know, done a lot for the space. But yes, but the short answer to your question is yes. That's, I mean, the scholarship thing, I've actually talked to a company, this guy who has a scholarship company. It's something that, I mean, we can't do now, but it's something that's definitely we're going to be exploring, and we already are exploring for that matter. And because it is, like you said, I mean, shamans or more will obviously be cheaper than Genesis Orcs because they don't sell Zug, but hopefully there's still a few $1,000s to get into those. So the scholarship program, or even, you know, renting out an orc would be a possibility. So if you want to rent out your orc, it'll allow someone to play and maybe, get a percentage of that, of the, the income that that orc produces. It's all something that we're exploring.
Yeah, one other thought that I was having as well is, let's say you only have one orc, right? Or maybe two or whatever it is. I mean,
Right.
obviously uh, you guys want to provide more utility for Zug. Obviously, you increase the value of Zug, you increase the value of orcs. I mean, they kind of go hand in hand. But at the same time, it makes it difficult for someone to go in only buying one orc. So now they have to buy like two or three to quote unquote participate in the game. Otherwise, like, I guess I would farm for a week, then do raids for a week, right? Like, I guess you could potentially do that. I think one thing in my mind, as far as like maybe something that could potentially work, is maybe having a way where like someone with like 10 orcs, I can like pay for someone else to raid essentially, and like we both benefit on some level. I don't know, just something that I thought of, I guess.
Yeah, it's kind of I think kind of what we're swirling around is this rental slash like scholarship model, which I think is something we're actually definitely looking into. I think the other thing too, and I honestly, I would say what you just described is how we're thinking about it, and it's very long term. I think the more near term though is just honestly more awareness and understanding of how to actually engage with the project within the NFT community that is already, willing to actually invest into, half an ETH type of project. As long as we do a good job, right, educating them how it works, how, to your point, hey, there's actually a bunch of different options, and over the long term, that'll be more viable for people, and then it'll also be more visible in terms of like what those different options are. So I think it's kind of in part, I think a lot of people saw phase one and said, okay, this is gonna be like another NFT project. They're not gonna be able to keep delivering new things and new utility, where really phase one is like just getting the baseline. Here's what orcs look like, here's what stats they have, here's the rarity. There's a ton more, and that's what we'll talk about a little bit tonight, and you'll see more and more of that we're actually going to go build out. So it'll be a little bit less of a race, where I think a single orc, hey, if they want to go be thoughtful about their strategy over the next few months, they should very well be able to go get the next NFT collection as well. In addition to kind of what you're talking about, which I think is a problem that we're going to run into more and more in the future as well. So kind of let's call it a two-pronged approach, but I think they're both good ideas and good thinking.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I have one last kind of thing, and then I'm done.
Okay.
So I think the two major things was obviously first is more people into the space, the better.
Yep.
And then the second aspect to it is I think what initially attracted people to this project was its uniqueness. It's kind of like, you guys have done something that no one else has done, right? So that's what's like, oh wow, this is cool, right? But I think, in my opinion, for the project to last like indefinitely and the test of time is to actually I'm not saying that the game is not fun. I'm just saying like kind of a more interactive experience instead of its current experience. And I think that's where you guys are going towards, but I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely is. I don't know, John, you can speak to this too, but we've talked about that at length in that, doing things on chain, it's cool and it has its benefits, but it also has its drawbacks. And what's one of the reasons we want to move over to layer 2 for some of the gameplay aspects is because we can have more interactive gameplay. And this is something that we want to talk to the community about, but if we can do, some more, even more interactive gameplay on off chain for the actual gameplay off chain, how would the community think about? And this is all long term stuff, but this is something that we've also looked into. John, I don't know if you have any thoughts.
Yeah, no, that's similar to what I was going to say. Like we've been looking into this initially, and I think an interesting stat for you guys. So across both our contracts, we've had around 75,000 transactions to date, but that has cost over at this point over $3 million in transaction fees, which obviously is not a sustainable model. So a lot of things really culminate to what is possible today and what is the direction that we want to go in. So we've been looking into. I think once we get a little more comfortable on a layer 2 solution and we have more flexibility in terms of what we can and can't do, then it really opens up a lot of different aspects. And I guess to touch on a little bit of what Wrangler was saying there too, we've started looking into some different ways that you can still keep most of the data on chain, but have some elements that could potentially live off chain, like maybe part of a game that lives off chain, and the solutions get fed back into the blockchain from there. So we're very mindful of it though, and I think we know this is a problem. And obviously, everyone really loved the first phase of the game. We loved the first phase of the game. I didn't sleep at all. Just wanted to time everything perfectly and maximize my orcs and my training. But yeah, we know at the same time we want to have active elements as well as passive elements to gameplay, and it's something we're actively looking into. And once we're on a layer 2, a lot of things become a lot more clear.
Awesome. Yeah. I mean, I've been bullish more on you guys as developers than the project itself, and I'm sure you guys will be able to, fulfill it.
Awesome. Appreciate
All
that.
right. Thank you for the thoughtful questions. All right. All right. Do we want to go? We got some good folks, but I want to make sure we hit some of the chat. So let me go down to the next chat question. I'll read it here. All right. A lot of, I'm going to go summarize because I think we hit some on-ramps for new people. We can speak to that more. There's a lot of questions on L1 versus L2. So I would summarize them as, what's the difference between what happens on L1 versus what's going to potentially happen on L2? And, is there going to be minting on L2? Is there going to be Zug on L2? A lot of the same things. And then how does that actually come back to either impact your orc or give you something on L1?
Yeah. So I think a lot of these things, I guess L1, L2 type stuff, like we want to keep most of the elements like minting and the assets themselves on L1, but we're exploring a lot of different scenarios, I guess, and I guess the initial launch of the interactive raids is our first test of layer 2, but you guys all know that we're super into our community. A lot of you we talk to daily, just in private messages and the chat itself. So we're going to make a lot of this interactive, and a lot of these things, like what is and isn't going to live on different platforms, is going to really be discussed within the community, and we're going to get everyone's opinions on like the best way of doing things as we test and as we have a better idea of what makes sense.
Yep. And I think the one other thing too to keep in mind, just like, or probably just that will give everyone a little bit of relief, like we think bridging is a pretty terrible experience. So we don't really want to do that. And we know that the value of anything that orcs create will be the highest if it's on L1. So we want to keep all of like the actual assets, whether it's your NFT, Zug, utility token, etc., on L1. So it's more about how do we go use L2 to help offload some of the burden of having a game be fully on chain and save you all gas fees. That's really the goal. And then have that be within reason, somewhat seamless. So you're not going through a whole bunch of steps and like unstaking your orc and doing all this other stuff. It's more of, hey, I've got my orc staked. Now I have the opportunity to go solve a puzzle or do something more interactive or try and complete something. And then I'm going to actually get that reward back on L1, not having to go do a bunch of transfers and stuff. So that's the goal. We've worked it, we've tested it. It's pretty flexible. But that'll be kind of the next phase of the implementation. Okay. All right. That's a reoccurring question. We got Beth Javos, the iconic. Oh, Wrangler, were you gonna say something?
No, I was gonna hit a couple of these in the chat, but no, I think you were. I was gonna hit one from Grape Dutch real quick about just a technical one about the UI for sorting by level and by action. I actually just sent our new UI guy. We have our in-house GUI, which should be launching this week, or DApp, whatever you want to call it. And I love it personally. It's a very cool theme. But
really cool.
Yeah, Jakers, shout out to him. He's done. I don't know if he's on the call or not, but he's doing a great job with it. He's incredibly talented. But we're going to be adding more and more functionality to the DApp and to this features. So I feel like that will also speak to the being approachable to new users. Having a very user-friendly DApp will be one easy on-ramp for people. But go ahead for old Beth Javos. You want to talk, Beth?
Yeah, I just invited him to speak. There we go.
Him or her?
Him or her, you're right.
All right, Beth, you're on.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yeah, yes. What's up?
How's it going?
Good, man.
Great to hear you. This is the first time we've talked.
You guys are doing an amazing job, by the way. So, I mean, hats off to you guys, man. It's probably one of the best projects I've been a part of.
Thank you.
And, I've been a part of some big ones. So, hats off to you guys.
I appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem. So, I have a two-part question here. So, I was reading the white paper and noticed that you guys question mark the last 9,000 allies. So if you guys can leak something here, that'd be great. But latter 9,000, are they all going to have the same potion utility?
No.
No.
They will have different utility. Wrangler, you want to spoil like the general themes of the classes, maybe?
You know how I like leaks, right? So I will. I mean, don't hold us to any of this because this is all up for. I mean, we had a very. I mean, they obviously all have 4 different utilities, and we have the general idea of what we want. But one will be kind of like a rogue fighter type of class, and no, to answer your question, no, they won't. Not all be orcs. One will be like a rogue fighter type of class, which will kind of increase the bone shard production. With as far as how they do that is kind of up in the air still. We have a few ideas. We're gonna kind of leave that under wraps for now. One will be a kind of a mage type of class, which will have a luck rune. I think what is that what we decided, Poof?
Yes, the luck rune.
The luck runes, which will also increase your ability to get bone shards and various other things. And the last one, it's kind of up in the air, so I don't want to speak to it just yet because we're deciding between 2 or 3 different items.
Mm-hmm. Nice, that's pretty awesome. So I think you answered it. Maybe I didn't hear, but did you say that they're not going to be orc themed, or is it all going to be orc themed?
Maybe not.
They're not all going to be. Yeah,
they won't all be. That's for sure.
They'll be themed within an orc universe, so they may be trolls or ogres or what have you, or maybe goblins will come back, even though everyone hates goblins, and I'm the only one who wants goblins. But they may not all be orcs. So we got the orc shamans; those are first; those are orcs. But that's where we can have a little bit of fun with it and actually decide as a community. I've been taking notes this whole time. Whenever I ask little random questions here and there, you guys are actually usually pretty clear on what you want and what you don't want. So Feels like ogres, trolls, other similar creatures are in the running.
Okay, no, that's great. Thanks for answering that. If I can ask one more question, it's more of like long term thinking. So in terms of like, this is the next collection. Will there be additional collections down the road, or do you guys feel like this is going to be the last of it in terms of 12,000 from collection 2, and that's it?
Yeah, I think it's a great question, and it's something. What's kind of funny is we actually had the phase order differently, like originally in our vision. That was going to be a little bit different, but we ended up here because I think starting to build towards more and more interactivity in the classes and having more access points for new users was more valuable to kind of go accelerate. But as you think about it, we're going to reveal more of this more explicitly now. And obviously we always welcome community input. So it's not like we're just doing this from the tower downwards, but the collection and the concept of bone shards, like it's going to last a while, right? It's going to be a few months actually before they're all minted out. But what we like about where we're going to take the project after that is starting to come up with more sustainable utilities. So it's not just, hey, there's going to be another NFT collection, there's going to be another collection, etc. And that's a good way to expand the user base. It's a good way to go get more engagement, get more variety of things and ways for people to play and do things together over time and add some complexity. And it also makes for this really cool economy. But I think the bigger picture is starting to think about further down the road things like clans, or they're major leagues now. I don't know if it would be censored, but like things like realms and actual land and space and buildings.
Yeah, I think the overall direction, without going too far into it, is just think of the world at large, and that's kind of what the future is going to be, is what that world looks like, and how these creatures or how these different species play a part in that and building it, and how that'll all come together.
And also how other projects may have uses for the space and all of that as well. And pretty much what we're building now, though, will be kind of what everything will be based off of. So it's still going to be Zug. It's still going to be bone shards through and through.
Sounds good. Well, thank you guys for letting me ask questions. I'm sure I'll have a lot more, but no, I don't want to take too much of you guys' time.
Yeah.
No, it's good to hear.
Great work. We appreciate it. Yeah, no, we really appreciate it. And we're going to be kind of, I mean, another leak is we're going to be releasing a more detailed roadmap now that we've kind of delivered. I mean, one of the things that none of us liked as far as this space is a lot of projects release these very ambitious roadmaps and never really deliver. So now that we're delivering on the second and third phase, we'll be we kind of want to share our long-term vision, and one of those is realms. And as far as, we don't want to keep adding collections just to add collections. We want them to all have utility, but to have a collection that isn't necessarily an ally and is more like a competitive clan or competitive race that you can then battle against, or maybe form alliances with, or maybe trade with and earn a little bit of tokens. And that's where really that's where we really get into the phases we're excited about. So
gonna be fun. All right, do we want to hit another one from the chat here, or
let's do another from the chat.
All right, so in the chat, sorry, I'm still going through. Okay, there's a few questions just about like, do we need to unstake from the existing contract, a raid, or anything like that? You do not. We're going to do it on the existing contract, so you don't have to worry about that. Will there be a marketplace for trading items from orc owner to orc owner in the future?
Good question. I think one of the things, we don't want to get too far into the leaks. We actually do have a lot of announcements this week, kind of like what Wrangler was saying. We feel, I guess, more comfortable now talking about some of the more long-term stuff. And obviously, we want everyone to know about the direction we're going in, but yeah, we just don't want to create false hope when, a lot of these things are far in the future. But one of the things we'll be talking about is, I guess, a way to empower the community as well, and I guess have you guys more vested in what we're doing, and have you guys actually play an active role in this. So we'll have some announcements about that this week, and yeah, anyone else has anything to say on it?
Yeah, I think we definitely want a marketplace, especially if we have consumables and tradable items that people will be primarily trading for Zug. It'll be super simple. We definitely want to have it, but we actually want to look to the community to help us build that. So more to come on how we help support that. Okay. All right, one more question before we let someone else in from the chat. Wrangler, did you ever do voice acting?
No, definitely not.
Really? Never? Did you ever do radio or anything?
No, not at all.
All right. Let's bring in KP5.
What's up?
All right, I just sent KP5. If you're out there, I just sent you an invite. You gotta accept it.
Wait. I don't know how this works.
All right, well, he's figuring that out. Let's ask one more question.
All right, here's a good one. So I've seen a couple questions talking about marketing plans and what our thoughts are on that. If anyone wants to answer that.
Wrangler, you want to take that, or I can?
I mean, yeah, we've kind of analyzed the NFT space a little bit, just how marketing, what works and what doesn't work. And one thing we've always shied away from, and I think you guys know that, and I think most of you appreciate that, is just the shilly way of the invite contest and that type of thing. But we do think because the NFT space is so small, I think there's only 150,000 active wallets on OpenSea. Is that right, Poof? Is that number accurate?
That's pretty much, yeah, that's close. Yep.
Okay. So it's really kind of a community. And when we just got off a call with a very well project right before we got on this call, and that we're going to do more kind of collaborations with things, with other communities to have some overlap and get some more eyeballs within two Etherworks. As well as we're doing a MySpace tomorrow night, which is a fairly large, Twitter Spaces with from Anonymice, some of the people Anonymice. And on Thursday we have a YouTube video with Bazinga, which I think they have 100,000 subscribers. But yeah, I mean, we're just going to do some targeted things. We have a few other items that we're working on. That should be interesting. That will be, I think, could bring even a lot more eyeballs. But we're going to keep that under wraps for now. But yeah, we are looking at it, and we want to do it. We definitely want to market, but we want to market it in a smart way.
And just to touch on one more point there too, you'd mentioned kind of talking with and working with other projects, and I think this is just a good general point. Like, we've seen a lot of different projects kind of come around in the last few weeks that are doing something a little bit different, but similar to what we've been building at Orcs. And I think one thing that we're really trying to shy away from is not promoting or really getting any type of partnerships with projects unless we look at what they're doing, look at their code, see it's unique, see its value, and like fully sign off on it. And like we're open to that idea, and we're open to when that project comes along, if someone builds something cool and we could find a way to collab, or just give our stamp of approval by looking at the code. I think our team's open to it, but we're just trying to really keep that bar high on what is unique and what deserves that level of sign off.
And we're gonna go. We've got a huge partnership with MySpace, and it's gonna be gigantic. Sorry, someone. I think it was Instances. The emoji master. It's mice space, like anonymized space. They're creating like a Twitter space thing We'll link it for you guys tomorrow that we're gonna talk on. But that would be hilarious if you can tell I like joke sponsorship. So if we had a MySpace sponsorship, a Hostess sponsorship, Twinkies, hot dogs, anything ridiculous, I'll sell out. All right, sorry. KP5, what is up, man?
Sup? How's everyone doing?
Good.
Good.
Doing good.
Good to chat with you guys. I believe this is the first time I'm chatting with you guys over voice, so I hope y'all are doing well.
Yeah, it's awesome. Thanks for being such a strong supporter of the community.
Thank you, man. I appreciate the community you guys have here. So I just had a few quick questions. I know in previous announcements y'all had mentioned that you were kind of impressed with the amount of Zug production from the Orcs, and you felt like maybe you hadn't expected that much to come out. If I recall correctly, I could be wrong on the verbiage there, so please correct me if I am.
Yeah, well, I was surprised by how quickly everyone solved like the mint. Like people figured out how to go mint the right amount of orcs basically more optimally than I expected, because everyone's like a super wizard with spreadsheets and stuff, right? And just destroyed the game theory. Not destroyed it, but like, did it faster. In terms of overall Zug production though, it's pretty much what we expected. So we kind of knew ahead of time, just based on the loop pools and everything else, where it landed. Everyone's kind of seeing it thanks to some of the good tools that Orc Spy, the spy, was able to create for us. But basically, like over the long term, if everyone kind of gets the tier 5, tier 4 gear and everything else over time, Zug production will be about 100,000 per day. So we know kind of pretty confidently what the kind of steady rate of production is. And then we're going to, with the intensity and focus people are going to have on rating, and how basically everything you do in the EtherWorks universe is going to require Zug, including for other projects, we're going to burn it all. So it'll be good.
Nice. Yeah, it sounds like you guys have a really good grasp on it. And that was, I know, kind of like a question that a few people had was, is that going to be sustainable? And if, is the market going to become oversaturated? But from what we see, I'd say it looks pretty freaking sweet. So thank you on that.
Awesome.
You guys may have touched on this. I'm not 100% sure. I'm also not fully familiar on the system, but with Kongs, I believe they have the ability to buy other Kongs with bananas. Is that option going to be available with, can you use Zug to buy an orc or allies?
You mean like on OpenSea and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really interesting that they did that. Everything we've seen so far is that the more you tie your utility token to your project with OpenSea, like, it's hard to imagine this, your service gets even worse. Like, and it's harder to get verified. So we've shied away from doing that. If we could, we would. And I think it probably wouldn't be Zug, it would probably be bone shards, right? Because that's more, if you think about how we're going to go use the 2 tokens over time, and hopefully this helps answer some questions people had on Zug. Like, everyone is going to use all the Zug. If I almost guarantee it, I do guarantee it, everyone's going to use up all the Zug, and everyone's going to be starved for Zug. Because the only way to go get a bone shard is going to be by spending Zug, like shamans, etc. And we can talk a little bit about this, but everyone's going to need it to use Zug to go be able to get bone shards as a reward. And then bone shards are kind of what you use to go make something new, or in the future we're talking about realms, like go create something. So we would probably anchor more like bone shards would be used to go buy orcs, or there'll be some transfer value, I'm sure, that people have figured out with the utility token, where maybe it's like 1,500 Zug for a shaman or something like that. But I would love to have that. I think the realities of just dealing with OpenSea make it TBD. So we'll have to go figure it out. Good question though.
So basically the only thing holding you guys back on that then really is just verification with OpenSea?
Yes. Yeah. And I think like theoretically we could put in the request today to go approve Zug token as a way to go purchase our NFTs. We've shied away from it because that is going to put us even probably in a worse position in the long rank list of people waiting to go get verification. So
that makes sense. Okay. Right on.
Yep.
Lastly, I know you guys had kind of touched on it a little bit here at the beginning of the AMA, talking about content creation or creating videos or guides for welcoming and onboarding new players in the most user-friendly way. Do you guys have any plans on how you're trying to go about that thus far? And if not, if you guys need help with that, that's something that I can actually assist with.
No, that I mean, I can take that. That would be amazing if you could help with that. That's something that we want to do. We it's on our list, but it's just priorities we have and time, just hours in the day. We just haven't got around to it. So yeah, that's something that's a perfect community project that we'd love to have.
Okay, cool.
Love that. Thank you. Yeah,
thank you, gentlemen. Appreciate it.
Awesome.
Yeah, thanks for jumping
thank you.
on.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Have a good one.
All right. Do we want to do one more from the, or we've also got Zuggy Knight, who's been waiting for a bit.
Yeah, we could get Zuggy Knight in.
All right, Zuggy Knight.
Nope.
I just approved him. All right. So while he's coming in, we'll do the same thing here. While he's coming in,
Yeah.
or they are coming in, I'll go through the chat, and I read the MySpace again. Sorry. Okay, let's go see. There's another question about Zug utility. I think we've talked about it a good amount, but we can come back to that if people are still curious. There's gonna be a lot of Zug utility, so not as concerned about that one. Let's see, other question. Future collabs. Yeah, we have some things that we're discussing and talking with people on. We haven't locked in anything quite yet. We're extremely picky because we want collabs not just be like a giveaway, but something where you can actually somehow use or interact with the collaboration with your work or with the other collection. So, all right, Zugbox, you're good. So, okay, got it. All right, let's go see here. Oh, all right, I think Zuggy Knight is AFK. All right, anyone else from the chat want to come on up and talk? Or we can go back to the chat for questions.
Hello, can you hear me?
Hey, what's up, Chimbork?
Hey guys. So first of all, I want to say thank you guys for this project. I'm extremely bullish since ever before Mint on you guys. Like I'm basically investing in you guys as a team foremost, and then the Orcs because they also look dope as fuck. My question is related to the Ether Orcs as a brand. So how do you guys handle the intellectual property side of Orcs? What are the rules? And what do you guys, see coming in that space? Talking merge, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's a great question. I'm happy to go answer it. I mean, so I think fundamentally as we think about our model and kind of what we're building out, especially as we think about like longer term phases, if we have realms and all these other things, the key to us is trying to create value in more people that can engage in the EtherWorks brand. But in order to do so, they need Zug, basically. It's honestly the long-term vision, right? To go do things, which all the orcs generate. In terms of like the true IP of the visual of the orc and, all of that, that's something that we're managing kind of right now as what's called a DAO, but really just shared between kind of the founding group. And then we're trying to go understand kind of over the next few weeks, really, how we want to develop that and what we want to go do with that. And we're talking with all kinds of different opportunities within reason that makes sense. But I think this is one of the projects where it's actually important for us to kind of retain the IP on the overall EtherWorks identity. And obviously, if some community member said, hey, I want to go make a TV show with my orc or whatever, I mean, we're going to say yes to that all day long. But yeah, as of right now, it's more something that we're actually trying to go leverage as kind of another way to go build value for the overall project, if that makes sense.
But yeah, that's exactly what I was wondering about, and thank you for the answer. In a broader sense, I was curious also, so if I use my orc in a derivative or any kind of other art and would publish it on OpenSea or something like that, that's totally cool, and it's open for everybody, right? Is that what I got from it too?
Like yeah, if you're gonna do like a zombie orcs or whatever, or whatever derivative.
Yeah, no, I'm not gonna go on that route, but I'm just thinking of like more like individual, unique art.
Yeah, no, we love
stuff like
the idea of derivative and kind of expansion things. And I mean, if you look at the broader market, typically the more derivatives and other things that you actually have, the better in the end. So obviously, if you're worried about it or concerned as a community member, to reach out to us. But
all right,
obviously,
and my last question would be: so if somebody was to build another type of utility, loot comes to mind, right? Where they build all kinds of different projects on top of loot. How would you guys, handle that? And is that something you guys just, let people freely do, or?
Yeah, I mean that is critical. Like I mean or Rango, you were gonna go ahead. Sorry.
No, I just Sneaky Ninja throwing out the giveaways in the chat.
Oh my god! Wait, there's a giveaway? Oh my god! Sneaky!
Oh my god! Sneaky doing it again.
Eating a lamb gyro. Holy crap!
Look at that. So how we want to run this giveaway? Any ideas here?
Yeah, how do we do that?
Thank you, Sneaky. By the way,
maybe we can give it away to the people in the AMA, or just directly,
No, I think just you got to be in the AMA.
You got to be in the audience. You got to be in the audience. Just FYI, everyone, you definitely have to be in the audience. We'll just like roll a dice with whatever the audience
number. At least
number.
take a screenshot of all the names in here right now.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. All right.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Yeah, like we want people using Zug and using Orcs for other things as well. So if you're building on top of it, we want that.
Only thing is, maybe, do we save one giveaway for? I don't know. I mean, the giveaways bring up a lot of attention, but as much as I don't like them, as a team, if Sneaky wants to give them away, that's fine.
Rango just converted. He's all about the giveaways now. So
yeah, right.
We're gonna get
all the influencers
all day tomorrow.
Share this with 5 of your friends, and you will get 1 orc from Sneaky Ninja.
10 invites each, and you get a giveaway. No, 20.
Yeah, you got to grind it out.
All right, guys. Thank you guys for answering my questions. By the way, shout out to Sneaky. Thanks.
Yeah. No problem.
Awesome.
All right, we got one more to speak. Let's bring in Foul the Destroyer. You could jump in.
All right.
I mean, Poof. I guess you sound like Jack Dorsey. I hear.
Who?
Jack Dorsey, the Twitter.
Who is Jack Dorsey?
He owns Twitter.
Oh, that guy. You get the huge beard and be like the Twitter. Maybe I'll just actually impersonate him, call Twitter, try and get some stuff. All right.
Let's just
they dropped off.
Okay.
All right.
I wanted to write a book or story that included my orc. Would that be something we could do? Yeah, I think we wouldn't have a problem with that.
Wait, Jack Dorsey is the Twitter CEO.
Yeah, I'm the Twitter CEO. I just secretly moonlight. That's my day job, actually.
Sweet.
What were you saying, Poof?
Oh, I'm Jack Dorsey, the Twitter CEO. It's just my day job. I didn't tell anyone. All right. Okay. Do I look at another question?
I'm seeing people fired up about the giveaway right now.
Now we're all just giveaway focused. You just disrupted. This is like a secret FUD from like describe chaos. I love it. Oh, Steven has a question. Hey, are we gonna go or like just kind of recap this? Yeah, we'll try to recap all this. Ooh, we got a how did you all meet as devs question.
Yeah, so we kind of all got into this Discord group a little early on, and it was a little more of a community focused project at the time. I guess there was more of an idea rather than a direction, and we kind of all just came together. We were all big Anonymous fans and really loved what they did, and we immediately saw the value with the idea, and we kind of all just jumped in and started building this together. So yeah, we all met in this Discord actually.
Yep. It is purely chance, and the whole team came together. Bassett's not here, but he's a great asset to the team too. And then we got the great community here as well. So. Okay.
Do a couple more and then wrap this up.
Yeah. All right. Whoa. All right. So there's a few people. Did you guys discuss or design ways for orc owners to be financially sustainable from this project? Or is the main mechanism to sell the orcs, Zug, shards, shamans, potions, whatever to the open market? Yeah, I guess basically, yes, it'll be to sell them to the open market, but just remember all of its utility. This is a game, and one Zug is one Zug. So that's where I'll land on that. But we have big vision for the actual long-term price as we continue to build things out. So
we got a question from Yalal here. There's pictures since the beginning where Mouse Dev said that there's not a collab coming, but Orcs and Mice future is kind of combined. Anything on this?
I think Poof, you can probably speak to that best, right?
Yeah. I mean, we talked to Mouse Dev and a lot of other people from the Mice community. We're doing the Mice space tomorrow. We all Poof space.
Big marketing push on MySpace this week, guys.
Yeah. we trust us. We really know marketing. We know this stuff. We got MySpace. We got Ask Jeeves. We got Yahoo. All right, but yeah. So I think I mean with Mouse Dev, we've talked about different opportunities to collab over the long term. Nothing like immediate, but we're definitely in conversation, and they respect and we have kind of a mutual respect of like staying on chain, trying to build something out, pretty like delivery focused versus just some of the other stuff. So we're pretty well aligned. But we're also, we're heavily inspired by Mice as well in terms of just the experience of going through that, of the minting process. So that was a good starting point. And now we're all kind of going in our own directions, right? We kind of have this broader realm and world and NFT collection kind of space that maybe a little more Axie type. Oh, Mike Shinoda, if he's in here, we're ready for the live show too. That was the request. I love looking down and seeing all the orc profile pictures too. That's sweet.
So there's a giveaway. Is there any game we can do on here?
We definitely. All right, we're gonna let Six Stabbed go talk, and then Wrangler, you're gonna have to think about a game right while he's talking. So I'll answer the question. You can come up with a game. So we have to have Six Stabbed up here. All right, Six Stabbed, I'm trying to bring you in. What's going on? Oh my God, look at that orc.
Look at that. Love it.
Oh. What's up, man?
Yo, can you guys hear me? I'm walking outside with my dog, man. All right, that's good to hear. I'll keep it short and simple. It's fine. It's good to finally hear your voices. Sorry if my English is a little bit broken up, but that's just the way it is. All right, man. Well, yeah, like I said, good to hear you. Good to hear you guys speak. To hear the incredible vision that you have for the long term. I think it's clear that everybody is super impressed um, in your skill and in what you guys have done in such a short amount of time and adapting to the market and whatever is going on in the community or outside of the community. I heard some people say that they're investing not necessarily in the orcs, but in you guys. And I think that goes for me as well. Very impressive. And yeah, I wish I would have a crystal ball and see where we're going to be at in 1 year, 2 years. I think there's so much possible. And it's good to hear as well that there's going to, well, maybe don't quote me on this, but there's like a separation from the main game, so to speak, and all the Zug utilities going on different chains or whatever. I think that's a good way to keep things separate and allow you guys to do all kinds of fun stuff with the Zug utilities while keeping things kind of separated. That's cool. Other than that, I was thinking because you guys, of course, had 0 royalties and a free mint in the beginning. So it was like the community is a big aspect of any project, but I think for us even more, especially since we have such a great community, looking at the staking rates and all of that, and looking at the NFT space momentarily where everything is like kind of bearish and still money is moving to where money is being made. I think a lot of projects are going to die out, things that were like artificially pumped or just lifting on some whatever trend that was going on. And I think all the invite competitions and all the bots and all the mechanics that were there before to build a community and get projects pumping. I think after like when NFTs will make the next big wave, I think only the true projects will survive and people will be really picky with what they're gonna choose. So to get to my question, so I can ramble on, but uh, what can we do as a community? Maybe not necessarily an answer for now, but I think we as a community, it looks like we're very tight and everybody's really invested, really understands and feels that this could be something big. I mean, it already is big. No matter where I go in whatever space, people know about the E4Orcs or don't know. That's maybe another thing, but people that do know it and understand it are super bullish, very impressed. So whoever knows about it is very impressed. But to get to my question, I think a lot of us in the community are invested, want to do stuff. I of course have my little banner stuff and all that stuff going on. I know Bev Javos is also working on the side with some projects. So I think maybe it's good to have like maybe at one point maybe a little bit of maybe guidance on what we as a horde, so to speak, can do to maybe add to whatever is going on. Because I think a lot of people are willing and have skills and are down to kind of focus their energy and their yeah whatever social reach or whatever it is. So I guess my point is like maybe if somewhere along the line you guys can like point us in the right direction and see how we can add to the project and because there's yeah like I said free mint and all that stuff, not a lot of budget necessarily for media and all kinds of other stuff. So that's it, man.
Yeah, no, it's
Yeah,
a great
and
question, and I think.
yeah, congrats on everything, and the new logo looks fire, man. It looks super awesome.
Oh, thank you, thank
Thank
you.
you. And thank you, Six Stepped, for all your support and everything, and the sick banners. And yeah, you're the man.
Yeah,
Yeah, no
you've been
problem,
making some
man.
great stuff.
Yeah, so I mean,
Um,
Wrangler, John, you guys want to hit that? I mean, something we.
yeah,
talked
yeah.
about a
So
lot.
I was just gonna say, I think it's something we've been thinking about this quite a bit too, because people will message us all the time like, what can I do? How can I help? And I think tomorrow we're actually gonna have an announcement that should clear up some of these things and how we could not only empower the
Hey
community
guys,
but do
not sure
it
if you
in.
can hear me.
Are we
But most
muted?
of us can't hear you right now. I'm not sure what the issue is, but
They can't hear us at all?
I can hear you.
No, people can.
no,
They
I
can
mean,
hear.
we can't
Can
hear
you-
the desk for some reason.
Can you
I'm
guys
not
hear
sure
us?
What the issue is?
Yeah, man.
I think
Sounds
I think
like
they can hear us.
yeah, I don't know if they're just lying or not. We got like a
Chava-
mix in there.
Chava's the only one who can't hear us. Hey.
All right, yeah, we'll just continue, and if it's a problem, we can figure it out. But yeah, no. So tomorrow we're gonna have an announcement that's gonna answer that question a little more in depth. We've been thinking about this a good bit, but I think we've come up with something, as we do, in a way that isn't just valuable for the community, but gives back to the community too. So I think you guys will be pretty happy with what we come up with.
All right, that sounds great, man. Yeah, because just want to help, and I think, I mean, the white papers that were published and some tinkering that was done by community as well really explains things well. But even then, people
Yeah.
just come in, and apparently reading is still a big problem, even it's super simple. So I was like, maybe down the line we can have like a basic tutorial video or whatever. If there's some money like involved, we can make a simple animated stuff like the wheelbarrow, just very simple things, but the people just watch like a 30-second. People have a short attention span anyway. Like they watch this little tutorial vid and they instantly know what's going on, and something like that. But yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
No, I think. No, go ahead, Poof.
No, you go.
No, I was just gonna say I agree. People learn from different mediums, and I think video is something that we are definitely lacking. And one person already came forward earlier today and said that they would be willing to do that. So, yeah, I mean, anything that you guys can do to ease the on ramp, I think is and maybe we can get together as a community and kind of if we have to create a channel for it or whatever we think best in order to give and kind of empower you guys. And we like John was saying, we have something along those same lines to incentivize that empowerment, so to speak. So, but I'm not going to say too much right now. But no, we're totally aligned with you on that in that respect.
Yeah, no, just wanted to let you know that you probably as a community are super want to be involved and help out in any way we can. So just wanted to put that out there, man.
Awesome. Thank you. You're the man. All right. I'm gonna try leaving and rejoining, but I think it's a user issue. But I think it's a Discord issue on the not being able to hear us. But I'm gonna rejoin real.
What's everybody? King of America coming at you in a Davy crypto.
All right. I don't know if this is any better, but people can give me feedback if they're not hearing me. I'm back. All right. They can hear.
Okay, wait. I'll do the same now.
Some kind of Discord issue.
Hey, can you guys hear me? Okay.
Yeah, man.
Wrangler's deep voice. Can you guys hear Wrangler's deep voice? No, they cannot. You got to rejoin. It's so funny. God, Discord is terrible. All right, next time we do a professional with all the funds. We'll do a Twitter space. We'll do MySpace.
MySpace,
They're hosting us anyways. We really thought you guys were trolling us, just to be clear. So Zug. I really actually have just realized that saying Zug isn't as exciting in person. But maybe I need to get on the train. Maybe I'm just full of shit. All right. A singular Zug works. Yeah, that's right. Dots, you're right. Similar to the conversation, Dots, we were having where saying Wagmi or whatever it's just kind of cringe. So, all right. Zug is what Punk. All right. We're getting out of control here. All right. Wrangler, did you come up with a good idea for this giveaway here? Put you on the spot. He's pretending he's disconnected or something, I guess, to get out of it.
Right.
Crap. All right. I got to figure out. All right. Are we going to do the giveaway or do we have any other legitimate questions here?
Yeah, I'm just not sure how we do a random drawing type thing.
Well, we could. Trying to think about this. Wrangler, are you back? He's failed us. Okay, here's a legitimate question. Thank you, Underwater Llama, for saving us with a real question. John, you need to make Wrangler a speaker or something.
Okay.
Hey guys, I might have a quick idea how we can do the giveaway if you.
Let's hear it.
So how about we, start a paint competition? Who can draw the best orc give them like 15 minutes and then close the chat.
Wow. Isn't that just going to advantage? All right. What about the worst orc? Who can make the worst orc? I don't know.
Sure. Well, I mean, it's just an idea. Why not?
Everyone said no on that. Like every single person said no. They said no. The community has spoken. No.
All right. I'll take that back.
That's so funny. All right. Oh, there's actually one other legitimate question real quick. There's a dungeon crawl question too. Sneak peeks for aesthetic customization from Underwater Llama. We do not have any sneak peeks yet. There is some thinking around some iconography for your loincloth. There are also longer term ideas for some clothing potentially for an orc, although I don't know if that's allowed in the orc lore. So there's some ideas like that. It's just a little bit further down the road before we start going there. But ooh, marbles. Okay. All right, we're gonna roll it into a tool here, is what everyone wants, just for us to just roll it, which is fair enough. Why did, here we go, Sneaky Ninja Pants. Why did I change my name from Poofies to Poof? Because I definitely did not.
420, actually.
420, Poop Feast 420, which is like a very old StarCraft joke. So, any marketing plans? We kind of shared some of it earlier. I mean, we're doing a bunch of talks like this. We're trying to come up with thoughtful ways to collaborate and kind of get the name out there. And I think also, I mean, to Six Stab Survivors' point, from a community standpoint, I think starting to get more and more traction around how we go educate people, how we bring people into the community is going to be super important. But we're going to get out there in a bigger way, which we didn't before. All right.
Yeah, Wrangler's still having trouble speaking.
All right.
I don't know why.
No, it's fine. John, you want to go? Do you have an easy way to go grab everyone's name? Otherwise, we could just literally. I'm good with just rolling it here too.
I don't really. I mean, I grabbed a screenshot when he said it, but I'm not sure.
Ooh, interactive Twitter game. All right, Punk. What are you thinking there? That's a smart idea. I'm liking this. Art chick. All right, how do we do this? Tweet out a number. 1 to 100.
Should we just pick a number with us and I don't know.
All right, Orc Wrangler's muzzled. We don't want Wrangler to talk anymore. Oh, an orc game. Off chain. Vin Diesel. That he is a little Vin Diesel-y. I can see that. I'm in your face, man. Hey, you're on.
I'm on right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm back.
Diesel's back. Thank God. That's actually our next big collaboration. Like, you guys are worried about marketing. Like, who do you think's gonna be in Fast and the Furious 10? It's Orcs.
All right, so we figure out how to do this giveaway yet?
No, we have not.
On-chain gaming, not a problem. Giveaway.
On-chain gaming, no problem. New technology for orc images, no problem. Figuring out how to pick, trying to create a creative. You don't have a giveaway bot? Peerless, we don't do giveaways. We don't have any of it. This is the problem.
Someone just posted a link to this Twitter picker thing.
Oh God.
I don't know what the hell we're doing.
All right. How about this? We do like a normal tweet of some kind. and then we go post it, and then everyone who retweets it has a chance to go.
Oh yeah, how did we? Didn't Sneaky Ninja do a giveaway before? How did we do that?
Yeah, select someone randomly.
There was
I was trying to add
bot.
Jolly Andrew did that,
Yeah,
so I don't know.
Jolly Andrew, you around here?
I pinged him.
How would it get bought? Would people bought this? Boarding, you're on like Redhead, you're like on another level. It's like, are you gonna bot this? You're like botting the Twitter, the fleet of alts. Here they come. I mean, we know there's only 100 people, so. Oh my god. GeoKid, look, we don't know what we're doing here on this. We haven't done. You can tell that we haven't done giveaways before. We're not. This is not what we're. Sneaky Ninja Pants gave us the hardest question by far. That is the Sneaky Ninja
the only
move.
thing we struggled on.
Just freaking killed us. We had everything planned, not a giveaway.
Hey John, you see that Discord, that giveaway party?
Oh yeah. Okay. How do we? Let me see if I can add this.
Oh great! This is gonna hijack us. Here we go.
Yeah. Right.
Whoops!
Don't click any
Destroy
links.
the Discord. We're over. Yeah, Steven, that's what we were going to do, but then I feel like now there's like more people in.
Orc God's 10 seconds.
Oh, 10 seconds left on the Orc God. Who's in the lead? Oh, of course it's Punk. 4636. Oh, Mario coming in. Who is Mario?
Oh.
Super Mario.
Okay, wait. I added this thing. How do
I? Why is it 10 minutes? It said 0 for me.
Because every time. Because we're cheating and we're just extending. No, I'm just kidding. It's every time the bid comes in, it extends.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. Wow.
777.
Ecam, I know you're trying to help. We're now like committed to this bot now, and we're just going in.
Yeah, but are we? We'll see.
Yeah, we're gonna see.
How do we do this?
All right, what else do y'all want to learn? Let me entertain you. Let us entertain you while we get this together. Dungeon crawl. Control N wants. Actually, is it Carlton? I just realized that. Is that what that stands? Oh my god, I'm so stupid. And we've been talking a lot. All right, sorry. All right, so dungeon crawls.
You want to go? You want to go into those?
Yeah. So I think, as you think about what we're going to do with raids, we've got passive raiding, which we're going to launch this week, which you know about. You saw the white paper. We're going to unveil more about what we're trying to do on L2, which is going to be connected to raids. It's going to be kind of like how we go learn into doing dungeon crawling. And then dungeon crawling, which is kind of our, let's call it phase 3, is going to be fully interactive. So what we were actually doing originally was we were building it on L1 and trying to come up with like crazy ways. If you think about dungeon crawling, come in with a party, a smaller number of people. It's actually more dynamic interaction.
Wait, sorry, I don't want to cut you off there. I just started this giveaway timer. It ends in 5 minutes. This is for one.
All right, everyone, where is it? Where's the giveaway timer?
Is that too long? It's too late.
Where is
5 minutes.
Oh, you got to click it in there. All right, everyone, go to the giveaway. Go pin that thing. Let's pin this. Hold on.
Yeah, we pinned it. It is pinned. Yeah, check the pin messages.
All right. Oh, I accidentally hit it. I shouldn't do that.
We'll do shorter on the second giveaway.
People will bot? Are you gonna be people gonna bot? All right, do a minute then.
That's too late. We're not starting it over. We'll do 2 giveaways. The second giveaway will be a minute.
Just cross-reference your screenshot is all you got to do. When you screenshotted the AMA.
I think it picks a winner. Oh, I could do an end. I could end it early, so I'll do that.
All right.
I'll end it in like 30 seconds. All right, give me like a 10-second countdown in chat. Let's go. Oh my god. All right. We got it. I'm gonna end it here. Here we go. G and
Hollow.
at Hollow.
Holla.
All right, Hollow
All right.
won the first giveaway.
What should Hollow do? Should Hollow give who does Hollow send the address to?
John, you want
we
to
could reach
you want
out.
to cross
We could-
you want to cross that could be boring spot, so you got to make sure
Make sure it's not the bot.
All right. Let me check if it. I guess I only have the original.
Juggernaut spot.
though.
It's got to be. Oh, Hollow. He's real. He's not a bot.
Yeah, but is he in the AMA? I'm looking. Oh, I see him. I got him in the screen chat. All right, it's real. Confirmed.
All right, cool. Yep. First winner.
All right.
I'll send you a DM. All right, should we start the second one?
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
How did I do that?
I love how no
I'll
one's
do-
gonna hear anything about dungeon crawlers now. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, right. So
We're just gonna turn into
we'll
dungeon
do-
crawlers. Just gonna be giveaways. That's what it is. It's just gonna be like a maze of giveaways. You got 20 different giveaways.
Oh my god. All right, we're gonna do 1 minute this time. So here we go. Giveaway starting.
Sneaky's ninjas asking for alpha. What kind of alpha you looking for, man?
1 minute. I'm gonna pin this. You got a minute.
Yeah, we'll drop all the alpha at the very end. We'll just go crazy. Just give it all away. I gotta get my bots
All right.
going.
What were you saying about dungeon?
No, well, we gotta wait until the giveaway's done. It's gonna be in a minute.
Okay,
I'm gonna get
yeah,
interrupted
no
again.
one's gonna listen.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, dungeon crawling in my skin. Let's bring Mike Shinoda. We're ready. Come on. Wow, Mario is coming through. Mario has an exceptional collection, by the way, of like one-of-one unique stuff. Like he has Spooky from Anonymized Breeding, or she, whoever. Mario is going off. All right,
we got the winner. Are they in the
Mangor? Let's check them. They got an Orc PFP, but it could just be one of Boarding's Orcs.
Yep, they're in here.
All right,
Okay.
Mangor.
I will send you a message.
Boarding, we love
and to
you.
both you. Yeah, I'll reach out
All right.
after this AMA ends. So if I don't answer you right now.
All right, thank you, Sneaky. By the way.
Thank you,
Yeah, thank
for
you.
real. Sneaky, you're the
Yeah,
best.
appreciate it. Sneaky, you're the man.
You can write this off on your taxes. All right.
Man, this orc auction's just not gonna end. Keep
No,
adding time.
we're gonna be up all night.
All right, so we won alpha on dungeon crawls, right? Or how about some alpha on raids? Do we want to? I mean, there's only 100 people in here. We can tell them a little bit about the advanced
Yeah.
raids, right?
Go for it. Or do you want me to do it?
John, or I mean, what do you think? I
No,
mean,
go ahead, dude.
All right, I'll go off because I can just talk forever. So, all right, on raids, you think about what we're doing now. You've got raids starting. That's gonna be your entry to go get bone shards. When you start having shamans enter the mix, shamans are going to be able to go on raids. Still going to cost Zug. They're also going to be able to create potions and the consumables that we talked about. And that's going to be kind of the start of this whole raid and multiple class kind of dynamic. What is going to come next, though, is ways that you can, while raiding, so you're just going to be doing your passive raiding, actually team up with other orcs and be able to go try and solve puzzles. And, we've got kind of a variety of over, a number of weeks, some different challenges and things for you to go through to try to go get some additional rewards. And that'll be the interactive part that'll take place on L2. So again, your orc's still going to be staked on L1. You're going to have to touch it, etc. But we've got some, a variety of different things for you to go do. And we'll kind of launch them similar to what we did during the early kind of minting process or phase 1, where, there's different events and different things that happen week by week to bring us a little bit of excitement, because we know, hey, it doesn't work when everyone has to stay up all night every night to go micromanage their orcs. But this is still a way to go kind of learn into some more active raiding. And that's kind of the key on raids going forward. And then we're going to take a lot of those learnings, and we've built out a pretty good framework for it already, and use that to go actually build out dungeon crawling, which will be much more dynamic, much more, if you've played an old school, like first person dungeon crawler where you have your little party, you're going through the dungeon, trying to fight stuff, find treasure, there's different ways to go interact. That's kind of the long-term vision of how we go see kind of the next phase developing. There'll always be raids. There'll always be the ability to do more of a passive option, and then maybe like a slightly active option. But we're going to go develop into kind of that longer term vision pretty rapidly. So this kind of, let's call it Raids V2, that'll appear over the next few weeks after we've launched base raids, will be a good kind of taste for more interactivity, more puzzles, more engagement. And the best part is it'll be, a team-based activity for people to go try and tackle. And you'll get some additional bone shard rewards that'll help you, create more shamans and whatever else you choose to do with the bone shards. So
yeah. We have one more person requesting to speak, and we got an orc champion, so
Ooh.
maybe a good way to close it off here is Zactrani Prime. Feel free to jump in.
Hello.
Hey.
Hey.
Zactrani.
Nice to meet you all. Thanks for doing this project. I've been an avid follower since the beginning. First time caller, whatever. So my question was, I guess the items are on L1, and yeah, that was mostly the question, because I'm really interested in how L2, L1 interactivity is going to happen. And so since that's answered, when you do your raids on the second layer, so I'm assuming that's still polygon, how do the rewards get passed down to L1?
So that's kind of the key. Yeah. No, that's a key question. So I think what we were trying to develop originally, right, was more of an L1 solution because it's just cleaner. Obviously, with gas and everything else, we know that it's not going to let us do what we want to go do. So we need to go use L2. The way to think about L2, honestly, and this is something that we can continue to talk about as a community as well, is we're literally going to use it as a computer. We're not going to go pass the rewards back and forth. So if you really think about what you're doing, we've got a orc that's staked on L1. It's going to stay staked. We're going to go on L2, go recognize and create kind of like a ghost orc or whatever you want to call it, pull the attributes of that orc over. But there's no bridging or anything that you need to really go do. There's a series of actions and kind of a contract and other things to go engage with. And if you have the right answer and you kind of solve whatever the challenge is, whether it's a puzzle, whether it's something more interactive, etc., that output, that answer, then triggers on L1, hey, give this person extra bone shard or whatever the additional reward is. So
right. So that would mean we'd have to, like the Zug, we would have to claim it on L1s. I'm assuming the bone shards, we would have to claim it, and that is then a gas expense, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So basically, and what we're going to do to go save on gas wherever we can is like just similar to what we've done generally throughout the contract, where you're not, it's going to be like if I was just doing a passive raid at the end of this week and I go stake my orc, it's no different than staking for farming or staking for training. So that'll still be on L1. And then if, let's say, further down the road, you succeed on L2 and you win the puzzle and you get the extra bonus and your team gets it, when you unstake that orc and you're done and you claim your bone shards, you'll just have some additional rewards. So it'll be a little bit more seamless.
Okay.
And try and find ways to save gas.
Yeah. My final and last question.
Go for it, Zugtrani.
Can you pillage while you're raiding? It's a joke question, but
okay. I was about to say you cannot, but yeah. So raiding is just like training or farming or whatever, except not quite like pillaging where you have just the cooldown. You have to commit to raiding, and that's all you can do for that time period.
All right. Well, thank you guys for giving me some time to chat, and have a good night when you guys head out. Cheers.
Awesome.
Yep. Thanks a lot.
Awesome. Ooh, raid leaderboard from Play All Dave. Please develop that.
I like it. Yeah, please. Yeah. That'd be perfect for a community. Yeah.
That is an awesome community project. By the way,
I feel like the Spy is probably already doing that right now.
I bet the Spy is already on it. But the one other thing too, I'm just gonna totally leak it. There will be some kind of like world event that will reduce the time it takes for everyone to raid if everyone collectively kind of like succeeds. So just I forget who came up with the idea way back, but we're gonna do that one. So I think that was Sneaky, or maybe it was Carlton. All right, so we got that. And by the way, like further down the road, like we have like so many other big things planned, like realms and land and clans and worlds and all that stuff. So that'll come next too. So we have basically like an unlimited amount of stuff. We're just gonna keep shoving down your throat, and we'll just see how it works. And we're gonna
guys
get in rent.
Poof, go ahead. Sorry.
No, that's it. Play All Dave had one more good suggestion: a community bulletin board or a more organized way to list ideas, projects currently being worked on.
Yeah, that
is not in builders right now. We should definitely add that, though. I agree.
Yeah, Play All Dave, do you have an idea of how that would actually work? And could you help us implement that? Because that would be extremely helpful.
Yeah, get that one down.
You have to go outside. Ow.
And instances.
Oh.
All right, guys, should we wrap it up?
Yeah, this was a lot of fun. Yeah, we could we'll start doing these more often too. But yeah, this was a lot of fun.
I think so too.
All right.
Well,
awesome.
Why don't you take us home?
All right. Well, first of all, thanks for the time tonight. This is awesome, and appreciate actually getting to hear everyone and hearing from different voices in the community. I think we're gonna have to go. You guys can go vote for it, but we should probably do this more often. We'll send a link to MySpace where we're gonna be talking with MySpace. We'll bring in Ask Jeeves. We'll bring in a lot of GeoCities. We'll send a link to that tomorrow. There's some more YouTube stuff. We're trying to do more of this because I think as you think about the marketing and bringing new users in, there's a lot of stuff that I think collectively let's all try and work on in terms of how we go get more exposure, but also just make it easier for new people to come in. And I think one of the great things about the community is new people showing up in the general chat always get help, and you all do an incredible job helping them.
Yeah, we really appreciate that, by the way.